Hi, it's Pastor Paul L. Anderson here at the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship, where we believe God's blessings never stop flowing. It is Triumphant Thursday. We're so grateful how God blesses us and He does great and marvelous things in our lives. Today, always know you have the victory through Jesus the Christ. Today, I want to ask that you would look with me into Genesis, the 13th chapter, verses 1 through 18. I want to talk about multiplication with complications. You know, this text is a very powerful text. It begins to tell us about two men, Abraham and his nephew Lot. You know, God had done great and marvelous things. Abraham now finds his nephew Lot with him, along with Lot's wife and all the rest of the family. And God is doing great and marvelous things for them. Now, the text finds itself that God has done some wonderful and powerful things. Remember that God has delivered them and they're now traveling. And as they travel towards Bethel, they pitch their tents and God has done something great. He has multiplied their livestock. He has multiplied their flocks. They find themselves now having so much because of multiplication that it creates some complications. You know, when you have all of that livestock, all of the sheep, the goats, and all of the other animals, the cows, you find yourself now having more animals than you do have grass that they can graze in. You know, every time I think about this passage, I can't help but think about that good old song, Grazing in the Grass. Boy, what a powerful song that always is. It reminds us that God gives them multiplication, but it now creates some complications. Now, Abraham and Lot, they have both been blessed, and Abraham and Lot are close friends. Not only friends, but they are close family members. You have this uncle and nephew have such a great relationship, but guess what? Their herdsmen are no ways related to either one of them. And for that reason, it starts some complications. You know, when God allows us to multiply and when the numbers become so big, this text lets us see that it now comes some time for division. Abraham says to Lot, and Lot and Abraham engage in this conversation that it says that we are growing so big and we have so much that we've been blessed with. Let's not let anything come between us. You know, that's so powerful. Wouldn't it be great if all of us, as God enlarges our territory and the close relationships we have with family and friends, we say, let's not let anything hinder this relationship. So Abraham does something. He says, Lot, wherever you want to go, you pick it. You go north, I'll go south. You go east, I'll go west. Wherever you go, God go with you, because I never want us to find ourselves in a predicament of having a feud. And so God blesses them. You know, this becomes a story that is so great for all of us. When God multiplies all of us, when God allows us to increase in our geographical parameters, in all of our productivity, we have to tell Him thank you. But notice what happens. They would not let anything come between their close relationship, the relationship with each other and the relationship with God. You know, as God give us all success, we should make sure that we let not that success interrupt our relationship with God nor with our family. This text reminds us how God multiplies, but also it comes with some complications. They have to do the great thing. That is, they have to sit down, they have to reason together and decide they will still grow in love, but they will grow in different geographical locations. You know, oftentimes when we hear that quote unquote, that word of separation, may the Lord watch between me and thee while we're absent one from another. Well, this was a term in which we find that Abraham and Lot engaged in. They had to go separate directions because God was blessing them in a powerful way. It doesn't mean one was greater than the other, but it only means in order for them to keep growing, they had to grow in different directions. My brothers and sisters, when we sometimes have family members who move away, when we have parishioners of our congregations who move to other ministry, we must remind ourselves it's because they're growing and God's giving them more space. Let's all give each other the space to grow, and let's never let anything come between us. May the Lord bless you and may heaven smile upon you. And always know that you're exceedingly and abundantly blessed. And God has a blessing in store for you in this year of 2023, bigger and better than you ever thought it would be. And take the Lord with you everywhere you go.
To sow a seed to the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship, visit our newly redesigned website, thefountainofraleigh.org, and select Sow a Seed from the homepage. Also, giving has been made easier with the new Fountain of Raleigh app, available now in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. Download today, select Giving from the main menu, and then follow the directions to complete your giving through Subsplash.
Thank you so very much for all of your gifts and donations that you've given to the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship. We thank you for what you've done in the past, what you're currently doing, and what you will do in the future. Your gifts and donations helps us to spread the gospel of Jesus Christ, not only locally, but throughout the world. Thank you again for your gifts, and may God continue to richly bless you. It is here at the Fountain that we believe that we are exceedingly and abundantly blessed, and may you receive those blessings that God has in store for you.